Hey everybody, I hope you're all well and have had a good week so far. So I've had a series of questions in this week around measuring progress and how do you know if you're kind of working hard enough and things like that. First of all, I think this depends on your goal and the type of training you're doing. Let's assume, for example, here, which one of the questions referred to, that you are running, so you're running a 5K, okay? And the first thing that I would ascertain is a baseline measurement. So the first time you go out and do that 5K, assuming you can do the distance in one go, is how long does it take you to run the 5K? That's your baseline, okay? So that's the first time you do the 5K, how long it takes you, and that's what you aim to improve on. So in terms of measuring progress from that, you can either aim to reduce the time, you know what I mean? So aim to improve on the time, okay? Or if you want to get longer, you can aim to increase the distance of your run, okay? So there are a number of ways there that you can measure that progress. If you want more variety, and this was another one of the questions that I received, so if you want more variety and the running becomes boring, I guess, or you are no longer feeling inspired and motivated by it and you want to do something different, this is where something like circuits can come in useful. So circuit training will provide that variety, but it will also give you a good balance of cardio and strength training and gives you lots of different stuff that you can work on. It's also really good if you're short on time as well. So that's a really, really good thing to do. If you just need a little bit more variety, you don't just want to focus on your cardio, but yet you don't necessarily have days to do dedicated strength days or dedicated cardio days or whatever. So circuit training. Any ideas on circuit training? If you need any inspo or anything like that, I'm pretty well versed in setting out a circuit. So yeah, you can always drop me a line for some inspiration. And the other question on this topic was basically, how do you know you're pushing yourself hard enough? And there are various different ways that you can measure this. So in terms of running, for example, the conversation test, when you go out and you're running, can you hold a conversation? I don't mean a full conversation. I mean, like, say a few words. And then carry on running and just have like a broken conversation as such. That is a kind of a good measurer of if something is comfortable-ish for you, okay? If it becomes unsustainable and you need to reduce that speed or the intensity, then there's your answer. You're not quite at that level yet. You need to kind of take it down a notch and continue plugging away. Heart rate. You can use heart rate to see where you're at. You can monitor your heart rate on your fitness tracker, see where you're at in terms of intensity. But generally speaking, you'll probably be able to feel whether something feels comfortable and sustainable, or whether, if you're honest with yourself, if you know you're challenging yourself, it can be very, very hard to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And so from that perspective, I would say be mindful of that. In order to really see consistent benefits, you do need to make sure that you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Very quickly, don't forget, that then starts to become a little bit more comfortable, Then we again look at ways to push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit more. The body's very, very good at getting conditioned to what you do. So overall, you should be looking to see progress kind of fairly regularly. That doesn't necessarily mean every week, but you should be looking to see progress, as in terms of you should be able to feel things aren't quite as hard. You know, you should feel that fitness improving. You should feel that strength improving. For example, if you were able to do 12 reps of something, but couldn't do 13 or 14, and then all of a sudden you can easily get to 12, you know that strength's improving, okay? So focus when you're working out, always focus. You should be able to really just be asking yourself, questioning yourself whilst you're working out, how is this feeling? All right, how's this feeling to me? Use the 1 to 10 scale that I've previously talked about as well. 1 being akin to kind of sitting on the sofa, not expending any energy. 10 being like maximal effort, you can't push any harder. You kind of know that if you're down the lower end of the scale, you can't expect drastic changes, okay, and loads of progress. That's more like maintenance, if you like. The further up the scale you go, the more kind of progress you're going to see, okay? So the 1 to 10 scale is always a good indicator and really simple to use. So if you don't want to use like heart rate or repetitions or anything like that, think of a 1 to 10 scale, okay? 1 minimal effort, 10 maximal effort. Be honest with yourself. How hard am I working? Is this easy? Could I be pushing harder? Okay, and that's a really good, simple way of measuring progress. Any other info that you need, circuit training or whatever, then just drop it a comment below and let me know and I'll be happy to help. I hope that has helped.